All right, guys, I'm still in the kitchen. Now I'm going to show you another version, the fried oyster mushroom version. But instead of being fried, you know me, I'm going to do it in the air fryer because I am kind of trying to avoid oil as much as possible, grease as much as possible, because you know it's not good for our arteries, it's not good for our heart, it's just not good for our health. Too much oil, fat, grease, cholesterol, yeah. So no, the fried version is still nice, but that's not what we're doing today. All right. All right, so I already washed the mushroom. They said not to wash them. I rinse them off and drain them. Hey, what is it gonna do? So they've been draining, so they're pretty much ready for me to season. So it's going to get its seasoning from the batter itself. We're gonna be mixing dry and wet together. It's not gonna be dry and then dip in the wet and we're gonna mix dry stuff, then wet stuff in it. Get all that to a nice, creamy, smooth, somewhat kind of thick batter, so that when we put the mushroom in there and cover it with it, it adheres to it, it sticks to it, right? So that's what we're going for. All right, so here's the mushroom, all dried. See, rinse and dry. It's been draining for a while. Doesn't have to be. I was just busy, so I left it draining for a while. So which is worked out fine. We're gonna get it moist again with the butter, but that's fine. So we have that ready here. So this is one of the trays for the air fryer, right? Because now we're gonna be using the air fryer. So this is one of the trays. What I went ahead and did is put the foil wrap on it, smooth it off, and now I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on it. So our hands are already clean because that's what we're dealing with food. So what? Hands have to be clean, right? So a little bit of oil, not much. Spread that. And this will help to prevent the mushroom from sticking so much, right? So, done, ready, waiting. You go right there. All right. Next thing, this is my pan. I'm going to combine dried stuff and then put the wet stuff in it. All right? Flour is what I'm going to be using. I'm not going to be using cornstarch, only because I choose not to, right? I want to use my oat flour. So the amount you use depends on how much of the mushroom that you're going to be covering, right? So this is almost a cup, probably 3/4 of a cup of oat flour. So we have that. And then one of the things that I'm going to put, okay, I use the pink salt, and I think a 1/2 teaspoon is good enough, right? So a little 1/2 teaspoon pink salt. I'm going to add some onion powder, but I'm doing a whole tablespoon of onion powder. Likewise, the garlic powder, I'm going to do a whole tablespoon of that, right? I have cayenne pepper. Now I'm going to do a quarter of a teaspoon, right? Just a 1/4 of a teaspoon cayenne pepper. Trust me, that'll be hot enough. And then I'm gonna add some chicken seasoning to this. Don't worry, it's not made of chicken. But anyway, I'm putting some chicken seasoning in this, right? There we go. I can't leave out my paprika, like my smoked paprika. So I'm gonna give it a couple dabs. See what I'm doing here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me just combine these. Cayenne pepper is good for you, you know. It's a good spice. So sometimes you might have some lumps, so you can whisk it as well. but I'm just gonna do it this way and just get whatever little lumps out. So I think this is quite incorporated now. Look, everybody together. Nice. All right, time for moisture now. Two things. One, it could be water or it could be milk, you know, whatever. I am using some almond milk, and you pour according to the thickness that is being formed, right? You know how runny you want it. Enough to coat the mushrooms, but not too runny, right? So this would be too thick. See that? That would be too thick. So I'm gonna add some more milk. And let's see. Let's combine this. Just so you can see. And I tell you, I've said it before, oat flour tend to dry out quicker. So you can mess up and still be redeemed at the end of it, because some of it will, the liquid will dry out quickly. Yeah, this looks good. One thing I want to add in this, now we're not frying it, we'll be putting it in the air fryer, but I find that if I put a little bit of oil in it, like say a teaspoon, and just really get that saturated throughout this wet batter, then I seem to get a nicer finish, because I've done this one before. I seem to get a nicer finish. I tell you, I tried doing wet and dry batter with this before, where I dipped in the dry, and then I dipped in the wet, and I went back and dipped in the dry, you know, wanting to have some crispiness. Look here now. Because it didn't go into oil. Oh, that one was totally without oil. And I put it in the air fryer. Very first time I tried it, it came out looking at me like, what are you trying? It was just all floured up. Just looking white and stuff. No moisture, no little smoothness about it. So I figured if I just add the oil in here, it will give it that smooth, nice, calm finish. And this is what you want it to, the consistency of it, right? This is what you're going for. Definitely. This is what you're going for. So as you see here, these chunks are very big. They're quite big. See? Now I'm going to kind of break them apart, not too small. And then I'm going to cover them with the butter. So you'll see. Just go from like the root of it. I guess you could use a knife as well, but it's not very difficult to do. Just kind of break the root part of it. All right. See? You break it like this, and you get another chunk right here. Right? It's another big piece. Yep. And you can make it smaller if you want. Like this. See? Yeah, so we'll do it like this. So what I'm gonna do is come over here and dip in here. So now that I have these in here, I just dip them. We don't want them to break up, so we handle them with care, right? So I'm just coating them with this, and then I'm gonna just kind of drain the excess off. All your seasoning is in this batter. The good thing with the oyster mushroom is that it has the texture for those who know the texture of chicken thighs. It kind of has that texture. So this is well coated. Now I'm going to drain it off. And to do this, you literally just pick it up by the stem, kind of like a stem, right? And I'll just shake it off gently. Okay? I'll just shake it off gently. You can tell, see, it's nicely coated. Nicely coated. And then now remember we had put some grease on this so it won't stick so much. So we just lay it down right here. So this is all I'm going to put on this tray now, these pieces, and then I'm going to put it in the air fryer. I think I'm going to put it at 370 for 25 minutes, and then yeah, and see what it comes out as. So this is the next batch that's gonna go in, so it's just waiting. Remember, and those 3 big bunches, this is how much I really got out of it when I separated them. And I didn't even separate them too small. See, they're still kind of clumped together, right? And fried, I should say, battered and fried oyster mushroom, fried chicken style, crispy, ready for your sandwiches, for your salad. That's it. Go get your option. Let me know if you try this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, quite a few options, quite a few ways of doing this oyster mushroom. So give it a try and let me know what you think, because it's good. See you next time. Make sure hit that like button and to subscribe. Share the video too, okay? All right. Hope you like it. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. See you next time.